Okay, good morning, everyone. I'm doing this reading for Aquarius from July 15th to the 31st. I'm doing my best to get all the signs done from the 15th to the 31st. And there's been lots of delays as per what astrology is saying right now. With all the retrogrades, there will be delays. I'm noticing in everybody's readings, things interrupt. So expect that, you guys, for the rest of July. And I actually expected like craziness to keep going right through to 2020. But Aqua seem to be getting hit really hard. Now, what I can say for Aquas right now, what it feels like to me is that you're in a healing phase. I haven't looked at these cards right yet, but I feel like for Aquas, there's like a deep reflection time. There's not a lot of action going on in life, or there is a lot of action that just happens to occur. Like, I just feel like things are turned upside down for my Aquas right now, and that they really need to get themselves grounded and to like maybe take on an exercise program or something just to help them get grounded, because they seem to be knocked out of place by all the energies. Okay, so I'm going to start with this for Aqua, and I haven't looked at all, like I said. So right out of the gate, the energy that we have for you is the Knight of Pentacles. This is a general reading, by the way, for anybody with Aquarius in their charts, a lot of Aquarius signs in their charts, rising sign, moon sign, sun sign, Aquarius, or if you any way relate to Aquarius energy. And it's like I say, from the 15th to the 31st. It's a very general reading. If you would like more information, please just contact me. All my information is here for readings, and to buy my paintings, or to, and it just, if you want to help my channel grow, please like, comment, subscribe. You can also send me a donation. I really appreciate that, because it is a lot of work to do these videos. It usually, just to do 3 videos takes almost a full day. With the type of equipment I have, I guess I'm a little bit outdated. But the Knight of Pentacles, for you to start, let's see, what does this say to me? For Aquarius, on the 15th, I feel like you're starting something new. Some of you could be starting a new job. With it is the King of Cups, but to me it represents you. Like, this beginning position always represents where you are right now in your life, starting on the 15th, and it seems like you're mobile, you're busy. There are cards that could be 2 men, but it doesn't matter if you're a woman. But for me, it's like you're coming out of the gate. You got things to do, and you're doing them. You're busy. The King of Cups being here, I just feel new job is what I hear from most people. New people at work, something to do with money. So right now in your life on the 15th, Aquarius, you're kind of charging at the gate with something. Maybe charging is quite not the right word, because you are a little stationary here, but the bunny rabbit for Aquarius has been coming up a lot. It just, to me, represents new plans, new actions. Just, I think you're going with the flow of life. Next we have for you is the 10 of Wands. So it tells me over the next 2 weeks, I feel like you're burdened a lot. And there's a healing card with this. So it's telling me you need to let go of some of these burdens. You got too much that you're doing. And it's weighing you down. And you need to take a rest. So I think over the next 2 weeks, maybe you're confronting some of those burdens, or they're coming to a forefront. So you have a lot to do over the next 2 weeks, a lot to deal with that's going to be tiring for you. And the advice when this card is here is let go of some of those burdens. You're doing too much. There's too much going on. There's too much burdens that you should not be involved in, that you need to disentangle yourself from. Next to it is another 10, the 10 of Swords. So there's why I feel all the healing. I feel like we have a full moon the 15th to 16th to 17th. It's going to be intense energy. It's moving into Cancer. I believe there's an eclipse. There's retrogrades. And I think for Aquarians, it's affect them a lot. Here you have the 10 of Swords, like you're trying to get over some sort of betrayal. But you also have a lot to do in life. So you're dealing with a betrayal by having to do your whole life at the same time. You don't really have the luxury of saying, okay, this has really knocked me out. I got to take a few days off. That's not what's going on here. You still have to go full toward ahead. Even though somebody betrayed you, it feels like you got a sudden message. And this has already happened. So this is what the rest of the reading is addressing from the 15th to the 31st. What I see has already happened in your life is a betrayal. It feels like, to me, you read something perhaps in your partner's news feed or in his phone or her phone, or you got some sort of message that you weren't expected that really betrayed you. That knocked you down, that knocked you out. But the good thing is, what it's showing me is that you're back up on your feet again, okay? And you're ready to move forward, okay? So you are moving forward even though you got a big ending. These are big endings. So with the endings, there's always new beginnings. It shows me in the recent past, there was a lot of confusion. There's some things really up in the air. You didn't know where you stood with people. The Justice card is there. Maybe there was a legal issue that you didn't know what the outcome was going to be. There was some final balancing of energies. Yeah, I feel you just really have some difficulties. You had some difficulties around you, but now I feel you're moving on. So don't worry about these cards because they're just lining up the energies and telling me. So you still have some struggles ahead of you. So for me, Aquarius, the full moon is not going to be easy for you. Try to do what this lady's doing and use the full moon, withdraw from everything first of all, and use the full moon energy to your advantage. Go within, block everything out, because it's not going to be a good time for you. That Aquas, anybody with an influence of Aquarius in their charts is going to have a very difficult time on this full moon energy, and you're being guided here just to go within. You're being guided to let go of some of your burden, some of these struggles that you're having with other people, because it looks like to me that some sort of fight took place with others, which led to others betraying you. It was not just one person. There was, and you're still dealing with this, and you might still get like phone calls, unexpected emails. They might be in some sort of way, some sort of bullying going on. So, but what I do see that's just by the 18th and 19th past the 20th, you're moving away from this difficulty, this fighting, this competition, people talking bad behind your back, stabbing you in the back. You're moving on from this, I would say, by the 22nd of July, okay? And here, the next card, we got the World card. So it shows me that there is a completion of this energy, that for some reason things totally turn around. It doesn't show me why. I think once the planetary energies of the moon pass, and some time seems to be a factor in a lot of the readings that I see. Time needs to pass. At least 5 more days needs to pass, or 5 days past the full moon, okay? So that's what you're up against. But like, as far as what happens next, you got the World card. So it seems like to me you move on pretty quickly. Now, I'm not sure if perhaps one of the people that you're fighting, or somebody that stabbed you in the back, comes to you with an offer or some information that makes things better for you, makes things be able to move on, or maybe somebody energetically backed out of the fight, or just the changing of the moon energy and the passing of the lunar eclipse makes things better for you. Because this is a card of just totally suddenly being over these difficulties and starting anew. Because 10s are at end of a cycle and the world is the end of a cycle, where you'd be starting really fresh. But with it, I ask for a clarifier. It's almost like you get some sort of offer. You got something given to you. The knight and the hero shows up for you. So that, again, I say past the 22nd, but it could be past the 25th too. You know, between the 22nd and the 25th, something happens in your life, Aquarius, to make you feel more grounded, more stable, happier. It's like suddenly this nasty energy here passes. It's just sudden, but I do believe there's a person connected behind it, okay? I do believe there's some sort of communication from someone who was involved in this fighting, that either they apologize or they give you some sort of insight. Next, we have the Eight of Pentacles, and this is what's most on your mind, Aqua, and you're really focused on your work. You're really focused on one thing. Maybe you're being very creative because you got a very creative card with it. It's a card of people, but I don't see, this is the clarifier. So maybe you're doing some work that you need to bring out and show people, and it involves other people. So you got people around you and you're focused on your work. So that's where your deepest subconscious is. Others. Now it shows me, again, you have an offer here, but that's a clarifying card. What I see here is you go beyond this fighting. You have a lot of wands here and a lot of things happening. I feel like a lot of communication from a lot of different directions, just suddenly out of the blue. But two of those communications is a good offer. There's a good offer coming to your life. So over here, over here, over here, over here. So you do need to let the moons pass, because there is something good coming for your life, Aquarius, if you just trust me. And I'm giving you again the timeline of the 22nd to the 25th, that there's communications and offers coming to your life, but there's one that, like the world, puts you on top of the world, that really has some good value to it that you should consider taking, okay? And it's being brought to you by another. I mean, there's all kinds of emails and communications going on, but there's one here that's very stable for your life, that's going to put you on top of the world, okay? But in a funk and having a bit of a difficult time till the passing of that moon at least. Now, let's see. Let's see, where do I get off? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where did this card come from? I forget what I asked. Oh, I was asking about romance over here. So, again, I see you very coming for your future. I read this as hopes and fears, but it's actually not. This is a little romance reading that I did over here, so I'll take that back. So you're going through a difficult time here, but then suddenly you're very focused on work. You put your mind into work, and I think you put your mind into letting go of some of these burdens, getting some work done, so you're not quite as burdened here. And that works out for you. It seems like there's a group of people there that you're interacting with people, and you're happy, and you're making money, and you're learning a skill, and you're getting more skillful, and it provides you a good, satisfied life from the 22nd, 23rd, or from the 25th onward. Now your hopes and fears, now I'm sorry because I read this as others, but this is your hopes and fears, and you're hoping for some communication and an offer to come in. And that could be do with your work. but I also feel like it could be doing with romance. You're waiting to hear from someone, is what I feel. And in the meantime, yes, you had a difficult fight with some people, someone, a group of people. And it feels like to me, Aqua, you've made the decision to focus on your work, even though it was a little bit hard for you to do at first because there's some fighting going on around you. You're hoping that things will repair and a good opportunity will come out of this situation. You got 2 8s in a row. I like that. You got 2 10s in a row. A completion of something. An end of a cycle. Something is completed once and for all. Something came to a headway. And then you guys continue to fight about it. And this is going on in your life right now. There's still whether you're physically fighting with people or on the phone or just within, like you had a fight and now you're just at home stewing over things. You decide to bury yourself into work. You're hoping to hear some good communications and good news. Others around you, as others see you, others. Others see you as being very stable, very strong, leadership, moving forward, in control, in charge. That's how others see you this week. They see you as put together, not as this, that's for sure. So there you got another 8 here. The Hermit. Yes, I hear this loud and strong for a lot of the signs right now, but especially for Aqua. Aqua, you seem to, out of all the signs, be the sign that was kind of knocked out of place the most by all these planetary energies. And I'm going to say this started back in May 25th, 26th. And you haven't been normal since. And what the universe is really trying to get you to do is that before you do anything in your day, meditate. There's a lot of extremes happening for you so that you don't just react to them, that you get the most benefit out of the energies that happen for you. They want you to stay aligned. They want you to stay connected with spiritual energies and let spiritual energies guide you through things. So that things like this, even if they do happen, you know the benefit, you know how you're supposed to react. But in this case, I really do feel like this is something that should not have happened. I feel like it was because, Aqua, you were so knocked out of place that you weren't reacting properly to circumstances. And the angels are asking you, your guides are asking you, that the most important thing you need to do right now, Aqua, is get yourself grounded. Eat healthy, drink lots of water, and get yourself feeling like you're very connected. Like, don't go about your day in this angry phase, okay? Work on clearing it away. And with that is the 8 of Pentacles. So you got the 8 of Pentacles twice of really working on something. When I see it with the Hermit, you're working on yourself. You're really working on not ever having a repeat of what's going on up here, of all the struggles and all the fighting that's going on. You're working on getting yourself aligned so that you know exactly what to do. And then on the 31st, what I see you doing is you're totally finished with some. This is done now. You're totally finished with this. You've made up your mind. Usually the cups is all nice and neat, and that's the way I like to see them before the person walks away. But it shows me that whatever difficulties that you've been dealing with and whatever difficulties they're asking you to let go of, whatever struggles have been in your life, they're asking you to let go of them, and you do. By July 31st, you have moved on from a very difficult phase. You are moving on from an ending, and you're burying yourself into work, okay? And you're getting yourself realigned with spiritual energy. So I feel like this is really a time that you're being guided to recover and rest, okay? Stop the fighting, anybody that you're doing fighting with, and get yourself aligned with like source energy. Does everybody understand what I mean when I say aligned with your own guidance system, so that you're not, again, reacting to anything, no matter what is being thrown at you, whether it's divorce papers or whatever legal issue and fighting that you were doing, you always can stay peaceful because you know what to do. You know that this is a lesson, you know that you're being guided. But in this case, I just feel like this is not something that anybody's really done to you, that the universal, the planetary energies kind of were shaking up your life, and you might not have reacted to the shaking up so great. So by July 31st, whatever terrible things happened to you earlier in July, and that have been going on since May 26th, I feel like you're walking away from your healing now. You're letting go of your burdens, and you're getting yourself back aligned with who you're supposed to be, you know. And this situation is just healing. It's healing. It resolves itself by the end of the month. Whatever this difficulty was, you have made peace with it. Now, I asked just for 2 cards for love, you know. What's going to happen in your life love-wise? And I didn't necessarily feel like you were falling in love, but I felt like you were top of the world. I feel like you on top of your game, whether you're man or woman, you're feeling sensuous, you're feeling a sensuous energy from the world, you're feeling like, and I do feel like somebody's making you an offer over the next 2 weeks. I do feel like there might be a dating or a flirting or a knight in shining armor that might just be offering you, and maybe not a relationship, but enough support to get through this time, you know what I mean? Because I do feel a lot of good energy for Aqua coming up. I feel August is going to be way less of a roller coaster that life has been for you. Now let me just show the last 2 cards. I asked, again, just an angel card to go with your general reading. Time to spend time alone, meditating upon what you truly desire. Yes, so that seems to be a huge theme right now for you guys for the next 2 weeks. So use that moon energy and pay attention to what birds are coming to you, because I see a lot of birds for you, Aqua. I see a blue jay a lot. I actually put the blue jay feather right here. Do you see that? To represent your energy. And the most important message that you need to hear right now for your life. So if you're feeling down, this kind of reminds me of the World card too. You know what I mean? Like, if you're feeling down, you don't need to. You have the Midas touch right now. Every project you begin turns to gold. Alchemy. It's telling you to turn your hardships and these golden swords into gold for your life, because, and I think you do. I think instinctually, is that a word? I don't know, that you know that right now you need to focus. You need to stay focused. This is like a business card, doing art, studying something, doing an apprenticeship, starting a new job. And I think you instinctively know that that's where you need to put your energy right now, and to get yourself realigned. So peace out, Aqua. I hope this was helpful to you, and I'm just sending you blessings because I know you're all going through a crazy time. Peace out.